America, a nation founded on the ideals of liberty and equality, carries a dark secret at its core: slavery. This contradiction is not just a footnote in history, but a central theme that has shaped the nation's identity and its ongoing struggle with issues of race and justice. The very foundation of the nation was built upon the backs of enslaved Africans, their forced labor fueling the engine of economic prosperity. The wealth generated from their toil was instrumental in establishing the United States as a powerful and influential country. This stark contradiction, the simultaneous pursuit of freedom while denying it to an entire race, lies at the heart of the American story. It is a paradox that has left an indelible mark on the nation's conscience and continues to influence its social and political landscape. It is a story of immense pain and struggle, but also one of remarkable resilience, resistance, and the enduring pursuit of justice. The fight for civil rights and equality has been a long and arduous journey, marked by significant milestones and heartbreaking setbacks. From the arrival of the first enslaved Africans in the 17th century to the abolition of slavery in 1865, the institution cast a long shadow over the nation. The abolition movement, driven by both black and white activists, was a testament to the power of collective action and moral conviction. The Declaration of Independence, with its resounding proclamation that all men are created equal, rang hollow for millions held in bondage. This document, celebrated for its ideals, also serves as a reminder of the nation's failure to live up to its own principles. The Constitution, while enshrining principles of liberty, also contained compromises that protected the institution of slavery, revealing the deep-seated hypocrisy at the heart of the young nation. These compromises would later fuel intense political and social conflicts. This paradox, this fundamental conflict between ideals and reality, shaped the course of American history. It influenced the nation's laws, its culture, and its very sense of identity, creating a legacy that is still felt today. It fueled bitter political debates, culminating in the Civil War, a bloody conflict that tested the very fabric of the nation. The war was a turning point, a moment of reckoning that forced the country to confront its deepest contradictions. And while the Union victory ultimately brought an end to slavery, the legacy of centuries of oppression would continue to haunt the nation, shaping the lives of African Americans for generations to come. The struggle for true equality and justice did not end with emancipation. It merely entered a new phase. Understanding this intertwined history of freedom and slavery is essential to comprehending the complexities of the American experience. It is a history that reveals the profound impact of systemic injustice and the enduring strength of the human spirit. It is a history that forces us to confront uncomfortable truths about our past, but also to recognize the extraordinary courage and resilience of those who fought for their freedom and dignity in the face of unimaginable adversity. Their legacy is a testament to the enduring power of hope and the unyielding quest for justice. The abolition of slavery marked a pivotal moment in American history, a moment that promised freedom and a new beginning for millions of African Americans. However, the path to full citizenship for African Americans remained fraught with obstacles, both legal and societal. The Emancipation Proclamation, while declaring the freedom of enslaved people in Confederate states, did not immediately grant them equal rights or protections under the law. The struggle for citizenship became the next chapter in the long fight for equality, a fight that would span generations. Reconstruction, the period following the Civil War, saw attempts to integrate formerly enslaved people into American society, offering a glimmer of hope for true equality. The 13th, 14th, and 15th Amendments to the Constitution abolished slavery, granted citizenship to all persons born or naturalized in the United States, and prohibited the denial of voting rights based on race, color, or previous condition of servitude, laying the groundwork for future civil rights advancements. These amendments were monumental legal victories, but they did not translate into immediate social or economic equality for African Americans. Southern states enacted black codes and Jim Crow laws, systems of segregation and discrimination designed to maintain white supremacy and limit the freedoms of African Americans. These laws restricted access to education, employment, housing, and public accommodations, effectively creating a system of second-class citizenship. The fight for voting rights, a cornerstone of citizenship, continued throughout the 20th century, as African Americans faced numerous barriers to exercising their rights. Poll taxes, literacy tests, and grandfather clauses were among the tactics used to disenfranchise African American voters, making it nearly impossible for many to participate in the democratic process. The civil rights movement of the 1950s and 1960s, with its iconic marches, sit-ins, and acts of civil disobedience, challenged these discriminatory practices and ultimately led to the passage of the Voting Rights Act of 1965. This landmark legislation aimed to eliminate the barriers that had long prevented African Americans from voting, marking a significant victory in the ongoing struggle for equality. Despite these advancements, the fight for true equality and full citizenship continues to this day, as new challenges and forms of discrimination emerge. The journey towards equality is ongoing, and the legacy of those who fought for civil rights continues to inspire new generations to strive for a more just and inclusive society. The struggle for African American citizenship is replete with stories that illuminate the uneven path towards freedom and equality. These stories are not just historical footnotes, but are essential to understanding the broader narrative of American history. One such story is that of John Jack, a formerly enslaved man living in Concord, Massachusetts in the 1770s. His life and actions provide a poignant example of the early struggles for African American rights. Jack, having purchased his freedom, petitioned the colonial government for citizenship rights, arguing that he had the same right to liberty as any other man. His eloquent plea highlighted the contradictions in a society that claimed to value freedom. His petition, however, was denied, exposing the hypocrisy of a society that espoused ideals of freedom while denying them to those who did not fit a narrow definition of citizenship. This denial was a stark reminder of the limitations placed on African Americans. Another poignant example lies in the imagery found on Confederate scrip, the currency used in the southern states during the Civil War. These banknotes were more than just money. They were symbols of a deeply entrenched social order. These banknotes often depicted idyllic scenes of plantation life, with happy slaves tending to the fields and white women embodying Southern grace and gentility. This imagery was a deliberate attempt to romanticize and justify the institution of slavery. This romanticized portrayal of slavery, intended to bolster support for the Confederacy, served as a powerful tool of propaganda, obscuring the brutal realities of forced labor and racial oppression. It was a stark contrast to the lived experiences of countless enslaved individuals. These historical examples, though seemingly disparate, underscore a common theme: the persistent denial of full citizenship to African Americans. This denial has been a recurring theme throughout American history. Whether through legal maneuvering, economic disenfranchisement, or the manipulation of historical narratives, the struggle for equality has been a constant battle against deeply ingrained prejudice and systemic barriers. The fight for civil rights continues to this day, echoing the struggles of the past. In the ongoing fight for equality, several notable figures have emerged, each leaving an indelible mark on history. From the powerful oratory of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. to the unwavering activism of Rosa Parks, their contributions have shaped the course of civil rights in America. We also remember the profound impact of Malcolm X, whose advocacy for Black empowerment resonated with many. And let's not forget the relentless efforts of Harriet Tubman, whose bravery led countless enslaved people to freedom. These individuals, among many others, remind us of the enduring struggle for justice and equality. Throughout history, African Americans have achieved significant milestones on the road to freedom. From the abolition of slavery to the civil rights movement, each step has been marked by immense courage and resilience. These milestones are not just historical events. They are testaments to the enduring spirit of a people striving for equality and justice. Systemic racism, unfortunately, continues to manifest in various forms today. It is evident in disparities in education, employment, housing, and the criminal justice system. Understanding these modern manifestations is crucial in addressing and dismantling the structures that perpetuate inequality. It's a reminder that the fight against racism is far from over and requires our collective effort. Historical awareness is essential in understanding the present and shaping the future. By learning about the struggles and achievements of African Americans, we gain a deeper appreciation of their contributions to society. This awareness fosters empathy, respect, and a commitment to justice, ensuring that the lessons of the past guide our actions today. The journey for equality and justice is ongoing. It requires vigilance, perseverance, and a willingness to confront uncomfortable truths. As we continue this journey, let us draw inspiration from the past, remain steadfast in our pursuit of justice, and work together to create a more equitable and inclusive society for all. Please hit the like and subscribe button to support our journey for equality and justice.